We live in an age of endless comparison. One scroll and you're reminded of everything you don't have. Someone's house, someone's body, someone's success. And without noticing, your joy turns into envy. Your focus turns into distraction. The Stoics warned us about this centuries ago. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." Comparison is a thief. It robs you of presence. It robs you of gratitude. It robs you of the chance to grow at your own pace. This episode is not about ignoring others. It's about mastering your gaze, about reclaiming your attention from the lives of strangers and investing it in building your own. Because here's the truth. You can't walk your path while staring at someone else's. You can't create your masterpiece while measuring your brush strokes against another's canvas. Today, I'll share 5 Stoic lessons to stop comparing and start winning. Not winning against others, but winning against your weaker self. The self that gets distracted. The self that doubts. Let's begin. Part 1. Define your true north. When you don't know where you're going, everyone else's journey will look more important. Comparison thrives in a vacuum of purpose. The Stoic antidote, clarity. Seneca said, "If a man knows not to which port he sails, no wind is favorable." Take time to define your true north, your highest values, your deepest goals. Write them down. Revisit them often. When your life is anchored in your principles, someone else's success doesn't shake you. It inspires you. Because you're no longer competing in their race. You're running your own. Ask yourself, what would a meaningful life look like for me? If no one could see my achievements, what would I still want to do? The clearer your vision, the less you're swayed by external noise. Comparison loses its grip when you're too focused on your own direction to be distracted. Part 2. Turn envy into admiration. Envy poisons the heart. It turns other people's wins into your loss. But in truth, their victory says nothing about your worth. The Stoic reframes envy into admiration. Instead of asking, "Why not me?" ask, "What can I learn from them?" Every person you envy is a teacher. Maybe they mastered discipline. Maybe they took risks you've been avoiding. Maybe they simply started earlier. Epictetus advised, "Don't explain your philosophy, embody it." When you admire someone, let it push you toward action, not resentment. Jealousy keeps you stagnant. Admiration fuels growth. The shift is simple, but it requires humility. It's admitting, "They've done something well. I can learn from that." Because the truth is, life isn't a zero-sum game. Their success does not diminish yours unless you let it. Part 3, measure progress by yesterday's self-comparison will always make you feel small unless you compare wisely. The Stoics teach us to measure only against our own past self. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily to be stricter with yourself than with others. Instead of asking, "Am I ahead of them?" ask, "Am I ahead of who I was last year?" Track your own milestones. Are you more disciplined? Do you react with more patience? Are you creating more than you consume? This reframing is powerful because it puts the focus back where it belongs, on your controllable actions. Your growth is not a race against strangers. It's a conversation between your present self and your potential self. And when you play that game, you can only win. Part 4. Guard your attention. Like treasure comparison feeds on your attention. The more time you spend watching others, the less time you spend building yourself. The Stoic response? Ruthless attention management. Delete the apps that trigger your comparison spiral. Unfollow the accounts that fuel your insecurity. Limit your exposure to highlight reels, because attention is life. Where it goes, your energy flows. Seneca warned against scattering the mind, saying, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Imagine if all the minutes you've spent comparing were invested into your craft, your health, your relationships. Your life would look different. Comparison fades when your own life becomes so rich. You have no time to envy. Part 5. Practice gratitude relentlessly. Gratitude is comparison's opposite. Where comparison says, "I lack," gratitude says, "I have enough." Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to wake each day with thanks for simply being alive. The Stoic mind doesn't ignore ambition. It tempers it with contentment. Each day, write 3 things you're grateful for. Not vague blessings, but specifics. The coffee that warmed you this morning. The friend who checked in. The body that carried you through another day. Gratitude roots you in the present. It reminds you that joy is not postponed until you catch up to someone else's life. It's available now. When you practice gratitude relentlessly, comparison has no soil to grow in. You stop measuring and start living. The world will always give you reasons to compare, but you get to decide where your gaze rests. The Stoics knew true victory is not over others, but over the restless mind. Define your path. Turn envy into fuel. Measure only against yourself. Guard your attention. Practice gratitude daily. Do this, and you'll find peace. Not because life got easier, but because you stopped letting other people's lives dictate your own. If today's episode helped you reclaim your focus, subscribe for more Stoic lessons. Share this with someone stuck in the comparison trap. And remember, eyes forward. Your race is yours alone.